Welcome to Beaverton Tech's training video for Laurelwood Academy Farms. In this video, you will learn how to set up, start your day, go through transactions, and close out your day with the Square stand and its accessories. This is what's called a point of sale system. You have the brains of the unit, the iPad. The iPad is cradled inside by the way, it's an iPad Air. It's cradled inside the Square stand itself, which is $100. And this is the MagStripe reader, where people swipe their credit cards, the most common form of payment these days. There is the receipt printer, which we do not want to print receipts unless we have to save trees and to save money. There is the cash drawer, which is USB controlled. It's connected in through this USB hub. So to set up your equipment, you need to make sure you're plugged into a power source. Surge protector goes to a power source, which is over there. Surge protector is here. 3 power cords are here. This white USB hub that comes out of here has 3 USBs in it at the moment. One of them is to charge my iPhone. The gray and the black ones are the ones you need to be concerned with. The gray one goes to the receipt printer, and the black one goes to power this MiFi device from Verizon called a Jetpack. And I'm going to make sure it's on. Charge complete. Press and hold power button to turn on. Alright, so that should be turning on and connecting very soon. I'm going to press the universal button over here on the iPad. Get this adjusted. So as I press the universal button, I can see up here on the right that the lightning bolts is showing it is charging. If I swipe and go over here to the left, disregard all those messages, I can see that it is on wireless network. It is connected to the MiFi device right over there. First thing you want to do, start your day, is open up the Register app. And so think about not the technology, but what you actually want to do. So, well, I need to make sure that I know what's in the cash drawer. And the starting cash is always the default. It's always what you left it the day before, and so you need to be accountable and make sure you take care of things. So we're going to start the drawer. Okay, current drawer. We're in reports. It knows where to go. If it ever doesn't know where to go, it can happen. You would just go to this hamburger menu down here in the bottom left. That gives us all of our menu options. I want to go not to register but to reports, and then it will take me to current drawer, and I need to be on start. I'm going to say if this software update comes, by the way, make sure you press later and remind me later every single time. Don't try and install it. We're going to start the drawer with that amount. The day has now started. We're going to confirm the drawer is started, and you can see here as we go to the register that we have items for sale. There are beets, kale, apples, and other things in the quick menus, and you can categorize them, you can do whatever you want. But the primary way for now that we're going to be making transactions is by looking up an item. So you go search, and we want to look for apricots. APR. I want the apricot Tilton, 1 pound. If I want to press it again, it says ×2 for 2 pounds. I could press it again for 3 pounds. And I would then press charge. When I press charge, this screen pops up and says, how would you like to pay? The customer, you'll interact with them and ask them, how would you like to pay? And if they say cash and they give you the exact amount, you press that button. The drawer would pop open. Just to show you how cool this thing is, you don't have to think about making change anymore. You can press $10 bill, as if they gave you a $10 bill. the cash register drawer has popped open. I'll let you look at that. And going back to the screen, it says, so I have now given them the $6.25 change out of 10. How do you want to receive your receipts? And this customer said no thanks, because we want to encourage our customers to get a electronic receipt if they really want one, but not print a receipt. If we have to, we can print a receipt. In this case, I'm going to say no thanks. Next time I will print a receipt to show you how that works. As a warning here, do not go here and start entering numbers and add to the sale, because you won't have an item. We want to try and track our sales, track our items if possible. Instead, go here to the library and press edit and then the plus sign and create item. Once you have done that, you enter the item name. So I happen to know that we have a new item that we will be selling, and I'm going to call that item X, and it's going to always be category produce.
How are you?
And in price, it's going to be $1. And you can press the quick 00 or press the 0, but make sure you know what you're pressing so don't confuse yourself.
How are you?
And that is all we should need, because I have the X. I'll call it XYZ, so it's not.
Sure.
And then I press save, and the item is now saved. But because I had a previous search, you will not see it here. So to clear that out, I will now search for the item that I just... Actually, I want to press done editing, because I'm done editing. And now I want to search for the item I just created, and I want to say XY. I don't even have to press Z, I just have to press SY, and I touch the XYZ, and then we're going to press charge, and they're going to give me the exact amount here this time. Actually, yeah, exact amount. It pops open, and no change out of $1. How do you want to receive your receipts? In this case, we're going to say print receipt, and if you see here, the receipt printer is now printing the receipt, and we have the receipt, and you give it to the customer, and you're all done. You can press all done. I'm going to close the cash drawer and go back to the library here. And another way you can look for items is by pressing all items, or produce. Produce is a category. All items is all of the items across the categories. The 3 categories we have, and by the way, you can go in here and scroll, or you can search, either way, with all of these categories. The categories we have so far that we actually use that I know of are other non-foods. That's Flowers by the Flat. I don't know if that is used, but I know that other foods is. There's eggs and there's honey, and then there's produce, and that's everything else. That's fruits and vegetables, basically. So the next thing we're going to test is we're going to show how you can get a report. If you go into reports, you can look at the sales reports and hourly sales versus last Thursday. That's not something you will use, that's something the business owner will use, but if you are involved as a cashier, it's just good to know where that is. The drawer history is here, that's important. If you suspect that there is theft, you can look in there and then alert your supervisor. Current drawer is currently started, and at the end of the day we'll end our drawer. So before we do that, I want to do a couple of more transactions. One of them I want to show you how to do so we're going to go back to register, hamburger menu, and then register, and we're going to purchase some honey for $15, and we're going to charge the customer $15, and you could press split. This is what split looks like. You can add cash or a card or gift card, other. You can split up the total and pay with multiple forms of payment. Then there is the card number you could enter manually, and of course, once again, you would swipe. You didn't need anything else. And going forward, in this case, I want to do a check. It's a very common one. So now you have the check mark, checked on check. And the optional note I would enter here is the DL, or driver's license number. Every business likes to do this. So I'll just put my number 912-6454, and we will put our check number 6616, and we would press tender, and it pops open, and once again we're going to say no thanks, you don't need a receipt. Or you could press email and enter the person's email address. So a lot of times people are not going to care about receipts here at Laurelwood Academy Farms produce stand, because most of what they buy is perishable produce, and if they want to return it, it's going to be fresh or it's not when they buy it. It's not going to be a problem. But in the rare event that you would want to return something, you would go in here to not orders but to reports, and then you would go to sales. Actually, I believe I'm mistaken. Excuse me. You would actually go to settings, and down here, oh, I'm having a moment here. Activity, there it is. So all the activity, it's not in reports, this is all the activity that has happened from the beginning of when this was starting to be used, as far as I understand. I don't know what the file size limit is, what the limitations are, but for now I believe it's been tracking everything since last July. So going in here, I can see here I want to issue a refund. So I don't need a receipt, but I want to issue a refund for that $15 honey. And here we go, amount to refund, and it gives a suggested amount here. I want to make sure I enter the full amount to be refunded, and right there I can see the refund, and I'm going to not give a partial, I'm going to say return, and it will issue the refund for me. Oh, I need a reason. The reason for refund is canceled order, and that has now been refunded. And we'll close this. I could issue a receipt. I could put whatever documentation I need in the drawer, any notes, anything that I wanted to at that time, but I don't need to. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and refund this, because this is how I'm going to balance out the cash drawer, so I know it's all the same as what I started with, because this is all testing transactions. Amount to refund is $1. I'm going to say cancel order, refund that, and now I'm going to issue a refund for that, and canceled order, refunds. And now you know the basics of how to run the cash register, the app called Register on the iPad here in the stand, the receipt printer, the cash drawer, and you're good to go. And now the last thing we need to do is we need to close out our day. So we're going to go to the hamburger menu, and we're going to press on reports, and then current drawer and end drawer, and it will ask me to confirm actual in drawer. It expects that there's $71.89. Yes, I am going to say actual in drawer is $71.89, and I'm going to end the drawer and confirm in drawer. It pops open, and we're good to go. We've ended the day. And if you ever need to pop open the drawer and you're not sure, you want to recount stuff and it doesn't quite work with the timing on that, you can do that by going to here, and then just to open the drawer at any time without making any sale, you would go here and press on the sale area, this calculator little button thingy, and you would leave it at no sale, $0, and just press open drawer. Confirm. You can open that even with the drawer technically closed and not started. Don't get confused. That just is the physical button to open the drawer when you don't have the key. Okay. In fact, I'm not sure if it can be locked and only open from the iPad, but I believe that's how it is. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps.